Hello, welcome to episode 47 of the Ask Self-Belief Chief podcast. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and joining my Facebook podcast group. The question today is, what is success? It's a very simple question, and it's a very important question. Something that people are spending their whole lives trying to understand is, what does success look like? How do you get success? Why do I not feel successful? I want to start by reciting the definition of success. It is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. And therein for me lies the very common problem that I come across when I deal with people. When they want to know what success is and why they're not achieving success, why they're not hitting the mark, I say, well, the thing you're trying to accomplish, what's the aim or purpose? And at this point, people don't have a configured answer. They haven't worked it out. They don't really know what the aim is. They might have a vague sense of what the aim is, but they don't really know what they're trying to hit. They don't know what the purpose is that what they're trying to achieve. They don't know what the purpose is in terms of who they are as a person. They've never sat down and thought about it. So if you don't know what the aim or purpose is, it is impossible to ever achieve success. Success doesn't happen by accident, it happens by deliberate action. It requires you to take deliberate action, and that deliberate action is deliberate because you know what your aim or purpose is. So I beg of you, you want to be successful, work out what your aim is. What is it that you want to achieve? Who are you? What is the purpose of who you are? Now, when I got asked the question, what is success? It's asking a bigger question is, what does success look like for people? What should count as success? Am I going in the right direction looking for success? And we've all gone through points where we've achieved something in our life and then we've gone, is that all there is? It's because we haven't quite hit the mark of what success truly is for us. I think for success, you've got to be fulfilled. And that's the word I always use. When people say about success, I always think fulfillment. Because having all the money in the world but missing out on love and connection is failure. For me, having love and connection but, not being able to support yourself or finance what you do is failure. I think not, spending all your time working but not enough with your family is failure. I think disregarding people in your life is failure. I think leaving a legacy to everyone else but your family is failure. So you've got to hit different parts of a puzzle. And for me, there are 3 areas of fulfillment. I've mentioned them before. It's to give, to grow, and to be grateful. Okay, so if you've got avenues to achieve all those 3 things, then you can count yourself successful. There was a man who was once at a conference and he was asked, do you think you're successful? He earned 10 million a year. And he said, no. And they said, well, why are you not successful? He says, well, one of my rules or purposes or aims is I never get angry with my children. He had 6 children. Okay, what are the chances that you're going to get angry? They're very high. Don't set yourself goals which, they're not going to happen, not because you don't have the potential, the capacity or whatever. But if you're not in control of them, something like having 6 children and hoping that you never get angry with them, you're out of control of that situation. Find success where you can find a level of control. And some of you might be thinking, David, look, I've got this big goal and there are loads of other factors involved. It's not just down to me. Well, firstly, it is down to you, but I know what you mean. There's environmental factors. And what I say is that you don't focus on the big goal all the time. You focus on what are the things you can do every single day that you can tick off that help you achieve the big goal. And that way you feel like you're always achieving, you're always succeeding every single day, rather than looking at this big goal and every day it's not in front of you, it's not achieved yet. So you've got to look at success that way. You've got to find ways that you can manage and control and replicate and whatever, so that you can feel successful every day of your life, rather than just very, very rarely or occasionally. So you must define your aim and purpose, and it must be something you can define, which you know how to manage, you know how to control, and you know what can you do every day to make sure that you can at least tick off some boxes and feel successful. You need to be able to grow every day. You need to find ways, new levels to achieve, new places to go, better versions of you. You'd have to grow in some way. And you have to be grateful. For me, a huge part of success is just to be grateful, because you're more successful than you probably currently think you are. And if you stop to reflect on where you were years and years and years ago and where you are now, you must be grateful for one thing to start off with: that you're still breathing, that you're still alive. That's something to be truly grateful for, and that in itself is success. That you're here, that you're breathing, that you have life, that you know how to manage yourself, you keep yourself alive. Beyond that, there's not actually a whole lot else. There's way more to achieve, but I think success sometimes is really just about keeping yourself true to who you are, keeping yourself alive, and being grateful for the fact that you are alive and you have opportunities to go in whatever direction you want to go in. And when you're looking at success, I think sometimes it's success in a very close-knit space, with your family or your close friends, giving life and love to them. That's what success is. But I know you want to achieve more. I know there are things in your life. You've got these ambitions, these risks you want to take, and I absolutely applaud you for doing that. Thomas Edison failed with 1,000 experiments before he created the light bulb. So you've got to be resilient. You've got to persist with who you are and what you do. You've got to challenge yourself. But it's all got to start with an aim and a purpose, because if you want to know what the definition of success is, it's to define who you are, why you want what you want, how you're going to get it, and what it is that you want. If you can spend some time defining what success looks like for you, the law of attraction will bring it even closer. My name is David Holman. Remember to follow me on Instagram, sign up to the Facebook podcast group, so Ask Self Belief Chief podcast group on Facebook. You'll be able to listen to the episodes on YouTube, Spotify and iTunes. And keep sending in your questions through my website, through the email. You can direct message me on Facebook and Instagram. But otherwise, if you change today will change your life. So enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your life wherever you are. And I'll see you on episode 48. See ya.